we go. Hello, hello again. Let's tune in, just see what's going to come through today. Let's rub our palms or wherever you are, just close your eyes, come into your center. Just slow your breath down. Drop into your heart. Get quiet. Wherever you are, take your conscious intention, attention off of the external world and bring it into your inner senses, your feeling, your heart's desires, what is going on inside. And just slow the breath. Start to tune into the energy, the pattern of perfection within you and all around you. Start finding a rhythm, a flow, harmony. In your inner vision, connect to that rising sun. Feel it uplifting every cell of your being. Tune into that healing, radiant light. The magnetism, the beauty, the unconditional love. Use your breath to draw that light into the heart center, into your body. As you inhale, suspend the light and the breath at your heart, allow it to expand. And exhale the light through the crown like a fountain, clearing out your space. Inhaling again directly into the heart center. Suspend the breath, allow it to expand. And as you exhale, send it through the crown, see it and feel it big, sparkling all around you, 360 degrees. One more time, inhaling the light of the sun directly into the heart center. Hold it, connect to the harmony, the love, the bliss, the joy, the light, and exhale through the crown fountain, make it big. Sitting in your beautiful space. Just seeing and feeling the light within you and all around you in all directions. Open your awareness, open your focus. Tune into energy, the energy. Inhale and hold the breath. Hold it, rub your palms, inhale a little more. Hold, cup the palms over your eyes or in front of your eyes, and exhale, hold it out for a moment, no air. Inhale, hold. Connect, nourish yourself from your palms to your eyes, to your whole being. And as you exhale, float it down, flutter the eyes open into your space. Good. Okay, so there's a lot. There's a lot going on as usual. What do I always say? That's what I say. But, you know, all of it is obviously for you, for your best, you know. If we have this belief that everything is always working out even better than I could imagine, or everything is always working out for me, then no matter what we are encountering, no matter what is going on in the external world, but even deeper, or like, you know, even more the truth of what's going on inside, like what's happening with our thoughts, what's happening with the harmony and the peace within us. Are we in harmony or peace, or is it a little bit of turmoil? And I'm noticing I'm noticing some turmoil, not necessarily bad, but just a lot of people reaching out with stuff as usual, but it seems to be, again, old stuff. That's what someone would say, old stuff, like stuff, old patterns or old things that people, you know, thoughts of old things. I say it that way. I mean, what's old? If it's coming up in your mind, it's now. it's new, it's current. But you know, it seems like, oh, I've already taken care of this, or I've already been through this, or this is already, you know, this is something that I thought I dealt with, or, you know, that kind of stuff. There's a few things that are, it's a lot that comes at once. So I'm like trying to organize it. Like I like to organize it so it makes sense in a nice circle. Um, because it's all tied together, what I'm trying to weave together, which is the energy, you know, like I'm going to remind us, I'm going to remind myself that I have spoke about it, the frequency on the planet that never really, I mean, it hasn't really gone back to normal, whatever we thought normal was, which, like I said, this Schumann resonance that has been measured for, I don't know how, a long time, that people have been measuring, or the magnetosphere of the planet, like the electromagnetic energy of the planet. And there's a lot of interesting things going on there. There's a lot of things that have never been seen, or we don't know what this is, you know, happening. So you got to think about what's going on. Like, what is that? What is this about? And we all know, or maybe you don't, but you may know or not know, that there has been a lot of prophecy about these times that we're in. And I just think, like, you know, I don't know anything. I always say, well, you know, I don't really know. I'm not sure what this is. I don't know what exactly is going on. But when a lot of people are saying the same things, and a lot of people from different places, a lot of people from different eras, different times, different, you know, are saying kind of similar things, it's interesting. It's interesting to me. You know, I pay attention in some kind of way. Like I pay attention to everything, and I pay attention to inside of myself. This is the most important. This is what I really am always getting to, is that first of all, everything is energy. So no matter what is happening, no matter what is happening, you know where to go to shift whatever's happening for you. Or you know that no matter what is happening, even if it's like a seeming whatever it is, I don't even want to say different things, but doesn't matter. It's energy. Like if you remind yourself, this is energy, and what is going on with the energy. You know what I mean? So even on the planet, like this is a certain frequency, it's an energy. So if, and oh, this like Schumann thing, or this resonance that's I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know. Okay. The sun, some people say, you know, there's a lot of activity on the sun. That is true. Like M class flares and X class flares. And like these really, you can see these pictures that they have of the sun, like ejecting this stuff that's, you know, light energy, information coming towards the planet. So it obviously affects us in some kind of way. Like it's we're all interrelated, it's all energy, it's all one. So it's obviously going to affect us. So when you are in a very bright room, or if you were in a room and then you took this really bright spotlight and shined it there, even if you think the room is really clean, you're still going to see stuff that you didn't see before. When you have a bright spotlight, you're going to see the cracks, you're going to see the dust that you maybe did forgot about, you're going to see, you know, maybe the imperfections in the way the room was made, or, you know, a bright light, or high frequency is going to like get out all the stuff that doesn't need to be there. I keep messing with my lights, whatever. Um, See, like this is what we're talking about: light, and bright light, and different lighting. And when it shines bright light, then what do you see? Something different. When the light is different, when the frequency is different. So I'm saying, when we are having this high frequency. It's being measured. There's a high, it's a high frequency. And I told you before, the normal, let's say it in quotes, okay? Because what is normal? Is 7.8. And if it's going up to like 86, or like today, I think it was 52, like all of these, even 30, 28, I think is the lowest I've seen in a while. That's still not 7 point, that's still more than double, like 3 times the normal kind of status quo sort of frequency that we're used to on the planet. So there's been obviously very interesting things going on this planet in the last couple years. Well, like a really long time. I talked about this before. It's not that great here. There's a lot of stuff. We have a good time. We know what to do, but this is, really weird. This setup, whatever this setup is really weird. But obviously, like I always say, if everything is working for me, or everything always works out better than I could imagine, then I obviously participated in that. Nothing is separate from me. So this is some kind of setup, like I've said, to wake us up so that you can have the opportunity to pretend in some kind of way that you're separate from everything and everyone, and you have the opportunity to forget God or forget source and forget that that's you, through you. You have the opportunity to forget that, but then that gets really crunchy. That's not that gets really like, starts to get a little bit, yeah, it got real not that good. So then, yeah, you start to search. Like, it forces you to look for something else. It forces you to wake up, basically forces you to search for the truth, or find the truth, or start trusting in yourself and your own information and your own wisdom and knowledge that's coming through you, or information, or your intuitive hits on things like, does this feel legit, or does this make sense for me in my reality? Do I want to include this in my reality or not? We're starting to wake up and learn these things. But I'm saying this frequency, when you see it and feel it, it can definitely start bringing some things up and out. And I just want everyone to remember that obviously it's for good. Like, obviously it's for something, for a positive thing. It's not to destroy you, or ruin your life, or ruin your relationships, or whatever that is. It's obviously for you to see things that you weren't able to see, or maybe you didn't remember were there, and then decide what you're going to do with it. But when you decide, you have to remember that this frequency is a high, clean, clear, like loving, but pure love, but like this non-emotional, um, non-wavering, non-favoring of things. It's very straight, like clear. So, you have to remember that anything that is not in that energy, like I've said before, on the up and up, life sustaining, life giving, harmony, love, acceptance, all of these things, it's gonna be uncomfortable. If it's not that, it feels uncomfortable. But what happens a lot is, we feel this thing, and then it's not that, it doesn't feel good, it's not comfortable, it's whatever. And we keep thinking that it's something out there, or putting the reason on the person or the thing or that out there, instead of me. Like, this is my decision, this is my perception, this is what my way of looking at the thing, this is my way of judging it, this has been my story. Instead of that, it's always, a lot of the time, like, them and what they're not, or they're not doing, or they need to do, or whatever that is. And I'm saying That's got to go. I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's just not that effective. I keep been saying what? Think of, just focus on yourself. Just focus on yourself. The only question is, what is wanted? What is wanted? And then it's not like, I want this, but it's, I want this. And how does that feel? And if there's a they or some theys over there somewhere involved in those things, either they're going to harmoniously start coming on board with what it is you want. If you want to include them in the vision, that's fine. But if you don't have to. I'm saying it's path of least resistance, whatever's around, you can include them. You can say, like, I want this person or these people to be this in my harmonious this, whatever, life or existence or home or whatever it is. But at the same time, I just feel that that starts getting people, still keeps people a little twisted out there. And so I'm saying, what you have to remember, that when it's uncomfortable, this high frequency, or you're feeling like there's a lot going on, or some people just don't know, there's just a lot of energy, or they can't even explain it or describe it, maybe a feeling of anxiety or unease, just something is about to happen, something like that. There's a lot of different things that people are saying and people are feeling right now. And you just have to, whenever you hear that or feel that, first of all, if you hear that, uplift it, like you and yourself say, like, everything is in harmony, everything is love, and I'm not going to make a story, and I'm not going to get into the story, I'm just going to uplift it. And then if that's happening within yourself, the same thing, you're just like, okay, this is, and do I have to align myself, I have to get in alignment with myself. Because like I said, okay, there's a lot of, there has been a lot of, and there is still a lot of disharmonious frequency. There's disharmonious frequency within us and all around us, like within yourself. You're not 100% on, all the time, and like super harmony and whatever. So there's going to be some patterns, there's going to be some things, there's going to be some stuff that kind of gets like, vibrated out, like razzle dazzled out, by this high frequency. And it's the same thing I'm saying, like on the planet, like there's stuff going on. So this high frequency is almost like giving you the opportunity. It's giving you the opportunity to clear the things out, or to like not attach on, but like attune yourself, to that clear, clean, like straight, loving energy, high light vibration energy. And I know that a lot of people are also feeling tired. Like there's a lot of, I'm tired, or like in a lot of ways, like physically, I've been feeling like, if you feel your body tired, it's just don't make a story about it. Just rest, rejuvenate, go in nature, put your feet on the grass or on the ground. But I'm saying, like, you don't want to make a story about anything right now. Just keep reminding yourself, this is for me. This is light. This is the highest light, the highest timeline, the highest frequency available. I'm going to attune and align myself with that. I am that. I am that. You don't really have to do anything. You just have to decide. So, and stop making a story about something else. So, tiredness, people are reporting, that's one thing, like physically stuff going on, which again, upgrade. You're just like allowing your system to rest and rejuvenate and relax, so that you can accommodate all of this light, so that you can be more and more energy and less dense, more and more fluid and flowing, and less stuck and stagnant because stuck and stagnant is going to continue to be more and more uncomfortable. So if you're feeling uncomfortable or something's going on, you just say like, okay, I had some stuff somewhere. We all do that's a little stucky and stagnant. And that's fine, whatever. It's okay. I am now more and more energy, more and more light. I'm tuning myself. I understand that I'm lighter and lighter. And so, but not just tired, like physically tired. I know there's a lot of people that are saying that they're over it, like they're mentally tired. And I get it. It's true. I'm over a lot of things too. Like I don't want to hear complaining. I don't want to hear the same story over and over again. Like I'm over it. Um, but I want us to be over it in a loving way, like over it, not again as if it's like something outside of us, like I'm over it, like that's them or whatever. It's just like, sorry, over it and like surrender, like be over it and just like be over it and uplift it. Like I'm over it. I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not going to keep talking about it. I'm not going to keep thinking about the thing outside of me. I'm going to be over it. I'm going to decide something new and I'm really going to let it go. Uplift it. Every time you think of it, you're like, I don't even want to deal with it. But make that a good thing. Can you make that, I don't want to deal with it, something that's like, it's not for me to deal with? When we say, I don't want to deal with it, it's because we're stuck in some old pattern. We are. It's because you think that there's something that you have to do. There's more work to be done. There's no more work to be done. You know what the work is. Decide what is wanted. How much hard work is that? I mean, sometimes figuring out what you want can be a little bit of a, I got to get a little clarity. But I'm saying, if I do hear that one a lot, actually. That's their stuff, or I don't want to deal with it, or, I'm over it. And it's more like a dismissive or like a um, giving up, but not in a like an empowering way. It's a disempowering way because it's still like, you know, they're the problem, basically. And I'm over it. And you can be over a certain pattern that you keep observing, but you have to acknowledge that you participated, like you're participating. So if you truly have, if it's someone you love and you still have to talk to them or see them, you can be over it. But that energy, that energy of like, ugh, like instead of, ugh, like start to transform that. You can have the ugh at first, but if you have that, that should be a reminder to you to be like, oh, there's something here for me to choose anew. I can decide something different and I can see it, feel it, whatever. You can make it. I was telling someone, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, I don't know, about relationships. I was saying like, you can make it really like, I like when, me, I like when I don't have to do that much work and I like to make other people take the action. First of all, I don't take any actions. I'm just deciding and then seeing it and feeling it and then comes to me, or they do it or they say it or they write the thing, the message, whatever. Like that's easy. And it's just fun. I just would prefer that way most of the time. Sometimes if I don't prefer that, I do whatever I want. But I was just saying like now that you know this stuff, okay, and if you're really over it or whatever, it's over it because like going into all that emotional commotion or thinking or all the details, it's not, because it is a waste of your energy. It's just not a waste of your energy, but like it's just like, why you in somewhere inside of you is trying to say like, why go into all that? Like, why do that again? Yeah, you're right. It's not for you to do. What's for you to do is to decide what is wanted, decide who you are right now, decide who you're being as the person that is that. But like, there's still that kind of old patterning of them, like it's easier, but it's not. But there's some programming we have that it's still outside of me. It's still something I don't have any control over or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like still something out there instead of all me, like I can decide something different. I can hear something different from them. But like, yeah, it is a willingness. You have to have a willingness to do it, but not just the willingness. Like, why do you need willingness when you know that that's the best thing for you? Like, it's not about them. This is what I'm trying to say this whole time. It's not about them. It's not about them. It's about me. It's about my harmonious experience. And if I want a harmonious experience in this life, I don't leave anything out there about them when it involves me, if I'm going to think about it. I don't. I just change it around. And what I'm saying is, like now, and always, but like have gotten better and better to keep it super short. And like the ability to, when my mind wants to go and say all these things, or, have the inner conversation, or give the justifications, or remember the past and go through all those stories, those justifications. Whenever anything in me is trying to do that, I cut that shit off. I say, no, like I don't want, that's the tired, that's the, I'm over it. That's the whatever. You don't want to do that, but you keep doing it. That's why the next time it's like, like, but that's you. That's you, not them. And then don't be frustrated at yourself. It's okay. Just once then you can be like, okay, I see it. I got it. And so instead of that, I just use a lot of mental discipline. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't take that much because I know what I'm doing. I'm like, why would I do that? I don't want to do that. So instead of that, I'm just going to make something super short, like I've said before, that I can put in there when my mind wants to go to them or say about them. I've already decided what is wanted. I already know what is the end. I mean, hopefully, like harmony. Like find something. If you don't really know, don't know, you always know there's something general like harmony, or, like everything worked out, but we want to have all this little control over everything, like, but just let it go. That's the tiring part, is that you think you got to control every little thing, and you don't have to control anything. What you got to control is your mind. That's it. And knowing what you want and what is the feeling of that. And you don't even have to be perfect. I'm telling you, you don't even have to be perfect, but you got to do better than none. You have to do something. You have to do a little bit. You have to, you know, attempt to, when your mind wants to go and do those things. And I know if it's a close relationship, or your partner, or a family member, I know that's a very easy groove to go into. But I'm saying, like, that's why the tired, that's why the over it, is because you go in the groove, and then it feels like a lot of work to get out of it. But if you just really focused on yourself and practiced, what is wanted. Maybe that's not the first thing you practice. You practice about yourself. Like, what is the feeling that I want in my life? What is my state of being? Then the more you practice that, when that thing comes in, you see that doesn't align. I'm being a bit of an asshole. I'm being a bit of a jerk here still. And I'm saying I'm harmony, and I'm in the state of being a master of my reality. But over here, I'm not willing to think differently or have a different inner conversation. That's silly. That doesn't is incongruent. That doesn't make sense. So all that saying that, oh, good. I think we all did, Karina. We all needed this. Because I'm telling you that there's always a theme. There's always a theme. So if you think I'm talking to you, I might be, but also you got to know there's a few more, there's a few more around that have been going through the same things. That's for sure. And so there is that, like, yeah, Pam, yes, all of us. Okay, so there's this inner thing, and like, we have to really watch that, because the more the more aware you become, the more subtle it is. And so you have to be super tuned into your feelings, like, at what comes up when you're around the person, or like catch yourself in those inner conversations and realize that they are fulfilling the way that I think of they are in my head. They are fulfilling that. Yes, they are being that, because that is always how I talk to them in my head, or how I think of them in my head. That's why I'm saying, I can do it when they're around. I can do it if it's somebody that's I can, because I practice. Because when they're around and they're being that way, normally I may react before. I may like have a reaction and have a tone and, be a little kind of way. But now I can put a space, don't react, and then watch myself. And I still may be a little like, oh, whatever, or a little frustrated, or a little annoyed, or a little whatever it is. But at the same time, I know that if I want a different outcome, or if I want a better exchange, or if I want more harmony in my life, or if I want, yeah, something different, I'm changing the conversation in my head. Yeah, instant revision, we can call it, like I'm revising the conversation as it goes, but just also just staying present and calm and deciding how I'm going to respond or not. Sometimes it doesn't even need a response. You could just change the energy, change the attitude within you, have compassion, think of it differently, and then it just goes away. Like they may not they may not miraculously change in that moment. Sometimes I've said they do sometimes say something different, or realize themselves, or I don't know what happens, but it shifts. Or other times it just kind of like stops, like the thing happened, or they're that way, but then it kind of just like doesn't continue in your presence. It just kind of goes somewhere else, or they stop, or they whatever. I don't know. It just shifts, but you start to see the correlation. Like I did do something different there. I did think something different. And oh, yeah, this is where it's going as well, because this was a question that somebody had, because it was with regards to partnership or their partner, but this could be anything, a friendship, a work relationship, someone that you're in contact with all the time. But it even also applies to any manifestation really, or anything that you are, yeah, changing or looking for, or um shifting on in your world. So this person asked me, why does it work for a bit? Like I can shift it for a little bit, but then it seems to come back, like they're I want them to be nicer, or I want them to be more happy, or whatever. And so I imagine it, I see them, I feel them in this way, and it works for a bit, but then it goes back to whatever that is, their old way. So sometimes it lasts a little while, and sometimes it doesn't. And that could be anything, like I'm saying, your manifestations, sometimes you're feeling super abundant, you're doing really well, like I got it, I got the feeling, and then it's like, oh, now I gotta this, that, and I feel like I don't have money anymore, like these kinds of things. And when that happens, I had to think about it, because I was like, yeah, that is a common thing, actually. Like not common, but yeah, like don't feel bad if that has happened or happens to you, because it does happen. And I realized that it happens when we are focused on something, changing something outside of ourselves. Not that that can't be done, but you have to always remember that the thing that you're actually changing is you. You're changing yourself. So it doesn't last when you think that you're changing the person, or you're changing the thing. But if you haven't embodied who you are as the person that receives that, or as the person that is in that kind of relationship, it's going to go back, because you don't believe it. You don't know what the true root cause is, and it's you. So if you can remember that, even if it's okay to like want someone to be in a different attitude or mood, but what I'm here to remind us is that the place that that comes from is, who am I being as the person that experiences that, that has that, that sees that, that hears that, that is in that kind of a relationship. Who am I? What does that mean about me? Who am I being? I'm the person who always has harmonious relationship. I'm the person who is always respected. I'm always respected. I'm the person who is respectful. I'm always respectful. Like anything that you are wanting to receive, you have to be it. You have to be willing to give it and be it. Like there's no giving it really. You have to be it. So if you are not that, if you're not impeccable in that, if you're not even thinking about that, or you didn't realize that, then you can't expect to be getting it all the time somewhere out there, because it's not coming from somewhere out there, it's coming from in here. So if that's happening, or if you're getting, mixy or wishy-washy, or, you're noticing some things, just remind yourself, oh, I'm still focusing on something out there or them, instead of focusing as me who is experiencing that. It can still be about that, me experiencing them as a happier person. How would I feel about that? Hopefully that's helpful, because it's a big key. It's a big key. And people can go a long time always focused outwardly. Most of us are focused outwardly a lot of the time. So just remembering, it's always coming from, I am the light. Like I am giving it light. I gave this life, I gave this light. I'm I'm experiencing this, and I'm thinking that it's them separate from me, but them, how they interact with me, is always about me, coming from me. So as this light, or this frequency is, you know, turning the heat on, turning the dial up, just remembering these things, whatever it is shaking out or whatever is happening, it is to bring a greater harmony. That's it, is to bring a greater light of awareness on me, what I want, what I truly want. You have to get super clear now. It's no more like wishy-washy, and a lot of things are happening when you're super clear and dialed in, happening instantaneously, happening very, very fast. You have a passing thought. It happened before, but now it's happening a lot. A passing thought, and then there it is, or they say that, or this happens. So I don't want to say it in a way like be careful, because it's okay. Like you'll see, you'll get your results, and you can always, it's always energy. There's always an opportunity to choose something different. There always is, really, really. So just aligning yourself, instead of figuring it out, instead of analyzing and dissecting and going over and over, like that's not, now it's not really necessary. It really isn't. I mean, you can do whatever you feel called to do, but I just think like, and if you want to understand, then want that. I want understanding, not by you like the logical mind or going over past experiences. Like, is that true understanding? That's still from your lenses. Like that's still your, like all coming from you. And like I've said before, you're a different person. You're a different person. So even like going over all that stuff, like, I don't know, it's just like, it just gets to be tiring. That's tiring. So it's more aligned. It's just better to me to just decide what you want, even if what you want is to understand. Okay, decide you want understanding, but understanding doesn't come from someone else, it comes from you. They might have a conversation with you and it might enlighten you, might get different information, we might hear it in a different way, but that again, that came from you, your desire for understanding, and you're getting yourself in a harmonious, loving, open space to receive that information. That's where it's coming from. It's never coming from like, oh, well, they said that they were going to think about this and then do this. Okay, what are you going to do? What did you want? Is that what you said? Is that in alignment with the story that you have for them? Probably. So you got to just keep reminding yourself, it's all within me. Everything I need is within me. I have to decide what is wanted. I have to get clarity. I have to stop getting emotionally commotional and looking out there and going back and forth and using a lot of my energy. That's not the time for that. This is the time to conserve your energy, to keep your nervous system super shiny, super healthy, super radiant, super receptive, to feel. If you, I said, if you really tune into these energies, if you close your eyes and you're calm and you're peaceful, it's bliss. It's a blissful, like there's a lot of light, and it's a blissful energy that is actually available to tune into, to integrate, to realize that is you, that you are that, and you can feel that way. Maybe, there's stuff going on, not all the time, but you can, you really can. It's available. And I'm, like I said, disharmonious energy on the planet, there's a lot, it's still nonsense. Like back to what I was saying, 2 years of whatever, disharmonious, um, you know, misaligned, weird stuff going on. Doesn't make sense, not harmonious. And so that is being made irrelevant. That is what I want to say. It's irrelevant. It's not relevant to you. If you're in harmony, if you focus on this, tuning into this high frequency, feeling the energy, feeling the light, becoming that light, that stuff, you just don't even get involved. You don't need to get involved in disharmonious things. You just be the harmony, you decide what is wanted, and you stay focused on that, and don't get emotionally involved in things that are not harmonious. It's for that exact purpose. That's why these high frequencies and this light coming into the planet, like I said, it's sort of like giving us like a boost, like the car battery, like it's like you're a little low on energy. Here you go. Here's a boost so you can get above all that disharmony and be in the, just a better state, a better bandwidth of energy. So remember that. Yeah. That's true. Yes, we get feedback from the world to see where we haven't yet truly decided to be in harmony. And there's something with that too, is like, that's definitely true. And if we can do the same thing I was saying earlier about, like, if it's partner or whatever, and we see that, instead of like, like still this again, instead of that, it's like, okay, acknowledged and what is wanted. It's the same process, just because it's the world, like, and we think it's the world, something out there, and there's this and there's that. And yeah, and it has been this way. And what have I been saying for 2 years? Check our beliefs. We participate, check our beliefs in the world and in the government and the people who are in charge. Who's in charge of you? You. You're in charge of you. So, it's all about us continuing to empower ourselves, feel into what is wanted, decide what we want in our beliefs, our new beliefs that serve us more, and then do not give any energy or pay attention to that at all. And again, like I've said, this maybe isn't for the masses, or you don't say this to, people who are on the every latest news channel and whatever's in the news, that's maybe not for that. But for you, it doesn't serve you to get all hooks in there. It serves you to observe and say, okay, what is wanted? This is what I'm going to do. And you persist and you do not waver, because really that stuff too, it's also, it's just indicative also, if we're out of harmony with, like many things in our life, but if you can't even get our own relationships straight, what do we think the world is going to be like? We're the ones, our own personal selves. We have to create harmony within ourselves, or connect to the harmony within ourselves, know what harmony feels like, and see it and feel it all around us in our own circle, with our own people, in our own relationships, or else what do we think in the world is going to be in peace and harmony? We're not even in peace and harmony in our own house. Doesn't make sense. You don't have to be nice to everybody. You don't have, that's what I'm saying. You can hold both things. That's why it's like multidimensional or mental discipline or whatever, because it still may seem not quite there. But inside of you, if it's there, that's what counts, because this is the after. And this is going to reflect that, but it might not do it like yet instantaneously, but it's like you holding that space and not letting it waver, even in your own house or own circle or own city or whatever it is, country, whatever, and then, yeah, eventually, or I don't know what's going to happen. Seems like something interesting. I know I didn't sign up to come here for something boring and same old, same old. So, like, we've been going around on this cycle for seems like quite a while, the same program. So we're ready to bust out of there and envision something greater, harmony and light, and yeah, taking care of each other, taking care of others, taking care of everything in the most beautiful way. Okay, let's do a little soothing because it's very important. Really, I it cannot be overstated, because again, when there is this bright light and shining this, or like, vibrating things higher, and I said, and stuff that doesn't really, like, if something is not in alignment with that or disharmonious, it has to kind of go. So you want to, that's what I'm saying, you want to make sure you are taking care of yourself, taking care of your nervous system, especially, but your physical body, just being really loving to yourself and nurturing and doing quiet and inward things, nurturing things for yourself every single day. So breathing is so easy. I mean, you could do this all the time. You could be doing breath, like conscious breath, all day long. Even if you're not doing a specific breath exercise, you could be consciously aware of the breath moving through you, and how is it moving through you, and are you feeling tense? It's a good indicator also for yourself, so you can check in, like, how am I doing? Am I tense? Am I breathing shallow? Can I breathe it deeper? Can I get my nervous system um, a little more relaxed? Because that's the other thing, like I was saying, in these reactions, or if you're with somebody that, if you were paying more attention, if we were all paying more attention to ourselves and our breath, we would notice that we're getting tense, or that our breath is shorter, or our heart beat, our heart rate is elevating, or our blood pressure is going up. You start to notice these things and you say, wow, okay, like, is that what is wanted? Is that going in alignment with what I say I want? And it's okay if the answer is no. It's okay. It's just, okay, what am I going to do? And the easiest thing is just slow down, slow your breath down, or put a rhythm to it, or that evening, clear it out, sit-ali, left nostril, like, it's really simple. It's really not that hard. Okay. Let's bring our hands on our chest, on our heart. Tune into your heart. Just breathe in and out at your heart center for a moment. Just taking all of that information, all of that harmony, all of that light. Just feeling yourself lightening up, feeling yourself relaxing. Just relax. First thing you say to yourself, if something is happening and it's not an emergency, which is very rare that it's an emergency, you just say to yourself, just relax. Just relax. Take a deep breath. We're going to leave the right hand on the heart. Left hand covers the left nostril. No, other way. Left hand on the heart. Right hand covers the right nostril. And just a little left nostril breathing. Full deep breaths, inhaling into belly, rib cage, chest. You can check with yourself. Does it feel good at my heart? Does it feel good on my solar plexus, on my navel, my low belly? You can move it around a couple breaths in each energy center, even on your throat. Just soothing yourself, tuning in and soothing yourself on purpose. It's giving so much love. Tuning into that bliss energy, I'm telling you, is there, is available at all times now. Very, very intense, but super loving, super nourishing. Just tuning in, breathing left nostril. Just release your hand, bring both hands on your heart again. Breathe in deep and hold it. And exhale, hold it out. Silence, just listen. Inhale. And exhale. Remove your hands. We're going to do more, just to remind ourselves. It could be a little uncomfortable, but you just do it with such grace and calm, and then you gracefully and calmly relax. Looking straight ahead, inhale deep. Inhale more. Stretch yourself more, keep adding more. A little bit more. In the back more. Upper back, sides, in the front. One more. Hold it. Now lock it, shoulders down, root, lock, navel, diaphragm. Pull it up tight. And exhale gracefully. Feel the release, relief. Again, inhale deep. Inhale more. A little more. A little bit more. A little more. You can do it. More. Smile. More. One more. Now hold. Root lock, navel, diaphragm up. Lightning bolt up your spine and have an enlightened mind. Exhale gracefully. Breathe easy for a moment. Notice what you notice. Looking straight ahead again. Inhale deep. Inhale some more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Expanding more. More. You can do it. A little more. One more. Now hold. Root, lock, navel, diaphragm. Pull it up. Relax your shoulders. Smile. Close your eyes. And exhale gracefully. Breathe easy. What do you notice? How do you feel? Can you feel the energy? Can you feel it flowing through you? Can you feel the harmony, the brightness, the light? I'm going to bring all fingertips together. We're going to do 4, 4, 4, 4. Bring rhythm into it, and always bring rhythm. Find the beat that feels good for you. Inhaling 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold out 4. There's fireworks here, so I'll mute myself. Inhale, hold the breath, and exhale. Hold it out, no air. Inhale, hold, and exhale. Release your hands. Just feel how you feel for a moment. And just remembering that the place you need to look for the information is inside of yourself. Whatever I'm saying, if it resonates, good. If it doesn't, that's okay too. And the same with anyone else that is giving information. The only way that I check if this is resonant to me is within myself. If I have had the same information or the same thoughts or the same experiences, then I know, okay, there's something to this for me. But, just know that you have to get quiet, you have to get calm, and you have to listen to yourself, and you have to trust yourself. It's very important. And if nothing is coming or you don't know, you just listen more, you just stay quiet, or keep doing the things that are in alignment, the things that you do know how to do or that you can do in your state of being that are in alignment with who you say you are or who you want to be. You can do that and then see what happens from there. Okay, bring your hands together. Because it's getting loud now with the fireworks. Inhale to begin. Love before me, love behind me, love at my left, love at my right, love above me, love below me, love unto me, love in my surroundings, love to all, love to the universe. Inhale, peace before me, peace behind me, peace at my left, peace at my right, peace above me, peace below me, peace in me, peace in my surroundings, peace to all, peace to the universe, light before me, light behind me, light at my left, light at my right, light above me, light below me, light in me, light in my surroundings, light to all, light to the universe. Inhale for Om Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining me. Have the best